Welcome back to another edition of Litter Media Live for December 18th. Today is Thursday, and I'm your host, Aaron Glandon. Mike Smith couldn't join us today via telephone, but he will be back with us again tomorrow with a telephone conversation, like how they used to do it in the radio days. But for today, it's just me, and you're stuck with me. I'm sorry about that. Taking a look at our forecast, it's a wetter Thursday and Friday with a high of 53 today and 45 Friday. Dry for the weekend with clouds on Saturday and a high of 44 with sunshine and 39 on Sunday. We could see some 50-degree highs for Christmas week. Christmas Day could be rainy and a high of 55 with clouds and 54 the day after Christmas. Coming up next, we'll take a look at news followed by sports, this date in history, and the announcement of this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. But first, I want to tell you all about the Skag clearance sale going on now at Hometown Motors, and the prices are so low down there, you're going to think they've lost their minds. Choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry, because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors, your store for the great outdoors.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
For all the beneficial news that you can use, check out our website, littermedia.com. It's updated daily with all the news that you'll need. Also included on our homepage are links to our social media sites, including X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio. Rural Schools Collaborative has announced awardees for their 2026 grants in place, with two of the winners being from Pike County, Ohio. Desiree Beekman is a gifted instructional specialist employed by the Ross Pike Educational Service District with instructional placement in Scioto Valley local schools. Desiree's project, Voices of Appalachia, a student podcast, will be a place-based podcast series developed to foster a relationship and tell stories between the present and the past as students engage with community members. Jennifer Buckler, who you see on the right, is the STEAM and Career Development teacher at Western Local Schools in Latham, Ohio, with more than 20 years dedicated to supporting rural education in Pike County. Jennifer and her students will be creating STEM to STEM, the Cut Flower Collective. This project will bring together STEAM students in K through 6 with the 7th through 12th grade vocational agriculture program to design, grow, and manage a school-based fresh cut flower business. Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 108 has donated $4,500 for Christmas gifts of families enrolled in Ross County Health District's home visiting program. The Ross County Health District's home visiting program serves families who are pregnant or have children up to the age of 5 by going into homes, providing education, and connecting families to resources. The Cribs for Kids and Child Passenger Safety programs are also included under the home visiting umbrella of services, providing education, portable cribettes, child safety seats, and booster seats to eligible low-income families in Ross County. The Ohio Department of Development has announced state support for dozens of historic restoration projects, including a $2.15 million project in Mount Sterling that will encourage continued economic growth in Ohio. The Clock and Boyd project in Mount Sterling includes 2 historic buildings and 1 non-historic structure in the downtown historic district. Previously home to various commercial uses, the buildings will be rehabilitated to provide space for businesses and residents. The developer anticipates a restaurant and coffee shop tenant and 6 apartments in the project, marking the first historic tax credit project in the Mount Sterling community. The project address will be 313335 South London Street in Mount Sterling. The Ohio University Extension Offices will be closed from December 24th through January 1st for the Christmas and New Year's holidays, so keep that in mind. On January 7th at 5:30 p.m., join the Friends of Hopewell Culture National Historic Park at Ohio University Chillicothe Bennett Hall, room 110, for an insightful conversation led by Donnie Tittman, citizen of the Miami Tribe of Oklahoma and colleague of Logan York. This event is free to the public. On Saturday, December 20th, the Knights of Columbus Council number 15793 will host a drive-through food distribution from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. behind St. Peter's Church on the corner of Church and Water Streets. Ross County residents in need of food are invited to enter the parking lot using the Church Street entrance and exit onto Water Street. Additionally, diapers and baby formula will be available while supplies last. Distribution is scheduled to begin at 10 a.m. Please do not arrive early and block access to the church or to Church Street. Our road report today. Now through December 20th, both southbound on and off ramps for the US 23 East Main Street interchange will be closed for 45 days. Southbound US 23 seeking East Main Street will be detoured via US 50 Eastern Avenue back to US 23 to the northbound exit ramp for East Main Street. East Main Street traffic seeking US 23 south will be detoured via US 23 northbound to State Route 159 exit back to US 23 southbound. That's it for news. Coming up next, we'll take a look at sports. But first, I want to tell you all about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Once I find their ad. There it is. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They're your trusted comfort advisor. If you're in need of any of these services with the changing weather, click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website, which is accuratehvac.com.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
And coming up very soon, we'll announce this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week, so stay tuned for that. Coming up tomorrow, Litter Media Radio is headed to Pike County Friday, December 19th as Western hosts Portsmouth West. Coverage is going to begin approximately 7:20 p.m. Dan Ramey will have the call for us on Litter Media Radio. And if you don't know where to find Litter Media Radio, you can scan the QR code on your screen if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, or you can go to littermedia.com, and we have a Litter Media Radio player right there on our homepage. Taking a look at last night's Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard, in high school boys basketball in the SVC, Piketon beats Westfall 65-61, and the Red Streaks rally from a 23-point deficit for that win. In the OCC, Groveport Madison beat Taze Valley 72-51. In non-conference, Eastern Meigs was a winner over Vinton County. In high school girls basketball in the FAC, Hillsboro, McLean, and Washington were all winners. In non-conference, Fisher Catholic beats Westfall, and Centennial beats Hamilton Township 62-17. In the OVC, Chesapeake was a winner over Ironton 58-11. Westfall High School grad Marissa Mullins was voted AVCA NAIA All-American Honorable Mention after her Indiana Wesleyan volleyball squad won their third straight NAIA championship. Congratulations to Marissa Mullins there. Also, congratulations to Laura Litter on being inducted to the Paint Valley Hall of Fame class of 2025. The ceremony will be on Friday, January 30th, 2026, between the JV and varsity boys games versus Huntington, so that'll be approximately 7:15 p.m. The Cavs fell to the Bulls last night, 127-111. They're back at home tomorrow to face the Bulls again. OSU women's basketball team is home tonight against the Norfolk State Spartans. That game will be at around 6:30 p.m., and the Blue Jackets are also home against the Minnesota Wild tonight at 7. That's a look at sports. Coming up next, we'll tell you who this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week is, followed by this date in history. But first, I want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Online all the time. Customer payment, account information, and more. Log on at litterpropane.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
And now it's time to announce this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. And this week's submission comes to us from Melissa Green. This is Ruger. Ruger is a 2.5-year-old Chow pit mix, and he tells us his beloved humans, Melissa and Nate, rescued him as a 9-week-old puppy from the Ross County Humane Society. He's forever grateful for them for giving him a second chance at the best life and spoiling him to the fullest. He mended their broken hearts, filled their home with so much love, cuddles, and joy and excitement. He loves treats, laying on human laps or at their feet, playing in the yard, playing fetch with his Nerf ball, taking walks, riding in the car alongside his humans, camping, vacationing, and playing with his toys. He's living the doggy dream. Congratulations, Ruger. If you have a pet you'd like to nominate, send a picture of your pet to littermedia@gmail.com. Also include some information about your pet, like their age, when you got them, and some of their favorite things. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Year. Now it's time for This Date in History, which is always how we wrap up our show if you're new to the program. And today takes us all the way back to 1932. Let me get our graphic. Pretend that the orange is gold here, because we didn't have a gold marker. In 1932, the Chicago Bears defeat the Portsmouth Spartans 9-0 in the NFL's first playoff game, and the first game played indoors. The victory gives the Bears the championship and leads to a playoff system for the very first time. Because of frigid weather and waist-deep snow, the game was moved from Wrigley Field to Chicago Stadium, home of the city's NHL team. Chicago Stadium could not accommodate a regulation-sized football field, so the game was played on a field 60 yards long and with constricted end zones. The field was covered with 400 tons of dirt from a recent circus. The 8-team NFL did not have a formal playoff system. The championship was the team with the best winning percentage. In the regular season, Portsmouth and Chicago each finished with 6-1 records. To determine a champion, the Bears and Spartans agreed to play a winner-take-all game in Chicago. The Spartans folded their Portsmouth franchise 2 years later and moved to Detroit, where they became the Lions. That all happened on this day in 1932. That's a look at our show for today. We hope you'll come back tomorrow we have a special edition of Litter Media Live in the morning with the Ross County Farm Bureau. So stay tuned for that at 11 a.m. followed by this show. The special edition at 10 a.m. followed by this show at 11 a.m. For Dan Ramey and for Mike Smith, I'm Aaron Glandon.